this.
What was the book?
What a growth.
Is that Weatherman? Can you do it in 15 minutes? We'll make it exactly in 15 minutes, maybe 16 minutes. Just depends. How's it looking on the YouTube, Van? Edward, how could we grow? How could we grow our YouTube page? How do you go viral? You're not telling me anything I don't know. What is it I don't know? Because I'm going to tell y'all something y'all don't know today. Oh, good morning, Benny. Thank you for getting on here. Larima, thank you for getting on here and saying hello. Good, it's Tuesday, correct? Good Tuesday morning. I hope everyone is well. Down over, sold my house in Manchester. He has sent me both my parents and 3 brothers $2 bill in the mail. I've heard about that. Oh, I'm late. My wife can probably add some insight on to what we're talking about. As always, we get started each show with 60 seconds of gratitude. Josh, do you know why I force myself into gratitude?
Can't be thankful for anything.
You know, there may be something going on in my life right now that's got me a little down. It's got me a little pissed off. It's got me a little mad. It's got me a little aggravated. I need to get out of that state. I need to repair my mind, my emotions. So what I do is I come on here and I think of something great in the moment. And I'm very thankful. I'm thankful that you're back. The kid has been gone. You were gone Thursday. What time did you leave Thursday?
9 o'clock.
Didn't come in Thursday. You didn't come in Friday. You didn't come in Saturday. You didn't come in Sunday. And you didn't come in Monday.
5 days.
5 days. You could have come in yesterday. I would have felt.
I came in yesterday, but I would have been asleep.
I wish you would have come in, but I have missed you, and I'm glad you're back. Weatherman is on here. Weatherman's got a birthday coming up, and I got him a birthday gift that I think he's really going to. Do you think he'll like that gift?
I think he'll love it.
What if it doesn't get here in time?
We still made the effort.
I got to get my credit from the Weatherman. So, Weatherman, your gift hopefully will be here by Monday, and we'll celebrate with it. As always, do me a favor. Please like, comment, share the stream. The whole point of the morning grind is somehow to improve your life, personal development, which could be relationships, it could be money, it could be sales, it could be business, it could be promotion. Who knows what it could be? But today, I wanted to speak about relationships. I was thinking about this topic, and I just told Van, here's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So today, I'm going to give you some pointers on how to have the best relationship. What do you think it takes to have a great relationship? You're obviously great at it. What would you say? Communication. All right. What would you say? Respect. Are you good at giving respect? Are you? Read me.
Commitment.
Weatherman says that he's just good with our relationship. He don't need nothing. That's why he's my best man. What would you say over there, new man?
Loyalty.
Well, I think Van would tell you, I wouldn't be surprised the words that you throw out are things you might struggle with, the shadow effect. Do you think that could be true, Van? Do you really struggle with what you said? Are you sure of the respect thing? Van, Weatherman, see, the reason why Weatherman was my best man is he was helping me with something that I'm going to talk about that is the number one thing. If you're paying attention, what is the one thing that means the most? I hope my wife does not cheat and put something on here because she knows it. What would you say, Van Grafton?
I would say probably being selfless, putting the other person ahead of you.
Okay. So let's before I give away the answer, let's talk about how we grew up. Let's talk about, good morning, Amanda. Thank you for getting on here. Let's take little baby Josh. When you were 5 years old, whenever you started going to school, the teacher would ask you questions and you would be rewarded for being right. Did you know that? Your whole life you've been wired to be right. Right?
Yep.
You're rewarded today for being right. It's kind of the way you are wired is to always focus on who is right. Well, over the last 3 or 4 years, me and my Wi-Fi. Have you ever noticed I call her my Wi-Fi? Do you understand why I call her my Wi-Fi? Huh?
She just, like the internet.
You guys are connected.
Because I can't do shit without my Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Connection. That's where we're going, dipshit. Spilling my word out there. But all of your life, you are rewarded, and people look up to you when you're right. So whenever you get into a relationship, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Have you ever noticed whenever you're in a fight, what's the first thing you're really trying to solve? If we're being honest, if you're really, what?
Your position.
Your ego.
Your position. Good word, Van. What?
Ego.
You and Beto are mad at each other. So you're really good at identifying what Beto did wrong to piss you off. That's the first place we go, is how do we prove ourselves right? Because that's what we do all of our life. Going through school, going whatever it is you're doing, you're always trying to prove that you're right. And that blends into your relationships. And whenever you take on this stance, when you're trying to prove that you're right, it's an immediate disconnection. You can't repair a disconnection until it's connected, and then you can repair it. So, like, if me and my wife is much more emotional than I am, okay? So whenever she's, and I'm more, I have, over the last 15 years, I have tried to solve my own problems. I've been on a quest of personal development to solve my problem. That's how I'm wired. My wife is upset. I come into the equation. What am I trying to do?
Prove you're right.
I'm trying to help her solve the problem with logic. I'm logically telling her what she needs to do, and that's the last thing she needs in that moment. What she needs is me to be connected with her. She needs me to have empathy with how she's feeling before I start trying to solve this problem. This leads, whenever you don't connect, this is where explosions happen. Have you ever had a little bitty fight, and the next thing you know, it turns into like a damn war? Like you got guns up, like, how do you shoot your gun? Side. You got your gun up in her face like that, don't you? And then the next thing you know, you're what me and my wife would call, we're on this, I forgot the word. It's not chaos, but it's, no, but it's this roller coaster that we call it. I forgot it's just an out of control expression. We're just so out of control, we're saying things that may go back 10 years, 5 years. We're unloading these feelings, these emotions to make us feel better in the moment. And in the meantime, all it's doing is making things worse and worse and worse because they hear it and then they say something back. So what has changed my relationship with my wife is, I learned this from Weatherman. He didn't use the terminology. He called, you got to be the peacemaker. That's a biblical term, right, Van? You got to be the peacemaker. I look at it like this. I got to get connected. We got to connect. Let's not remain disconnected. The one thing that'll change everything in your marriage is connection. Do you focus on that? It's hard to focus on it because you've wired yourself to be right. You've wired yourself, how do I survive in this world? By being right. If loving you is right, I don't want to be wrong, says Weatherman. I love you too, Weatherman. You're the greatest. So I want you to do these little drills. We do them around here in our sales role play every single day. What I teach everybody to do is immediately understand. But whenever it's you involved with them, the senses are so heightened, it's hard to implement that step because your wiring takes over and you want to provide data. Do you know what data is? Mm-hmm. What?
Information.
Good. Or data. Same.
Oh.
Just like it, only different. Whenever you're in this situation of despair, hey Austin, how are you? You want to prove that you're right because you think right will make them understand. Okay, you're right. It doesn't work like that. So whenever we're in there with our therapist, Aaron, I wanted to go in there and I wanted to provide data. What is data?
Data.
data, I would present my case just like they do on the TV show. Lawyers up there arguing. There's got to be a winner here, okay? And if I win, I get the bragging rights, okay? Relationships don't work like that. So I'm in there, and we might be saying, well, she does this or he does that. You know, we're saying that, and I always wanted a judge in there that gives a ruling. Why do I want that?
Because you want to be right.
It's my damn ego. That's right. People will put their ego before their connection. And if you're somebody that will not remove the ego and focus on connection, you will repeat these problems. It'll go from you, I'm dating you, and all y'all suck. That's how it'll be because of my ego is saying that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I can never tell whenever you're really paying attention or you're just saying that.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I know what you're talking about.
Well, give me an example.
Like the other day, me and Zena had a little bickering match, is what I like to call it. And it literally started out so small and it turned into something so big because I kept bringing up like, well, you did this and you did this. I should just.
Well, what was going on during that? What were you doing?
We were late to something.
No, I don't need to know that. I just need to know what was really going on in your head. Why were you trying so hard to prove you're right?
Because I felt like I felt more safe knowing I was right.
It's an ego thing. It's this ego, man. The egos destroy relationships. It really goes what Van is saying. You got to somehow find a way to put people first. If you're saying, what if you respect this? The respect is your raw spot because somewhere along the line in your life you didn't feel respected, and it's caused you a spot, a raw spot. And whenever that raw spot gets triggered, how can you find connection? How can you fight through that? Or will you demand to be respected before you connect? See, both people, there's nobody that's right in these situations, by the way. Hey, it's birthday week.
Birthday week.
What's up?
Okay, you back?
Understand what I'm saying. Nobody is right in a marriage. Or it's y'all. It's not one person. How do you find this connection? You can get your respect after you connect, but like if me and you're married and I did something to disrespect you and all you're trying to do is prove how I disrespected you, the connection is the disconnection is widening. Does that make sense? The way you solve everything is finding a way to get back connected. That's why we go to a therapist every other week. The other night,
Is it y'all's way of connecting?
well, no. It's our way of building the muscle to connect. The other night, me and her had a big fight that shouldn't have happened. But, the next day, I was thinking, man, I got to find a way to connect us back. And the bigger person is really the one that can go in there and connect first. But our pride won't let us, especially if you're a respect person. It's probably harder for you to go in there and say I was wrong. Is it? Well, just understand you're attracting something towards you. You're probably going to, that will attract less and less respect. I didn't want to go in there Saturday and say, hey, I'm sorry. I could have handled that different. But my focus was not on my own feelings. My focus was on the connection between me and us. Weatherman just calls it the peacemaker. Right, Weatherman?
Blessed is peacemaker.
So if there's something that you're wanting so much over the connection, that will be a problem that causes a bigger problem. Von Grafton, shut us down.